Hello everybody and welcome to the 5th game of Group B. We have Zielinskigr versus Bluepancho, Poland versus France. Zielinskigr won his first games, Bluepancho just won the last game against Kroner, I believe, on Vandalism. And Zielinskigr didn't ban any maps and banned Jake. And Bluepancho banned Semi and those 3 maps, so they are playing on Haiphong, one of my favorite maps, but a lot of the people in the tournament don't quite agree with that. Bluepancho is with his trusty Flak pick, and Zielinskigr is using Koal for now. Let me fix those. That's weird. It's supposed to be right, but I don't know what's happening with the unit facing stuff. So Bluepancho is capturing some stuff right now. Makes a recon on the top side. Zielinskigr also has an early recon, even earlier than Bluepancho. He's moving it now, and he starts capturing the airport already. They're both mirroring each other pretty well, I think. I don't know why this infantry is turning to the right, but whatever. It's the rebel infantry there. Zielinskigr is just moving his recon and getting some other captures around the center. Gets the airport now and goes for an artillery next, which is interesting. Bluepancho starts capturing his con tower, which is cool. He sees the recon from Zielinskigr, which means Zielinskigr also sees his recon. He captures the airport and goes for a tank on the top there. Zielinskigr hides his recon on the woods, even though Bluepancho can see if he watched the replay. He's moving in the artillery. I don't know where he'll put this artillery, but probably around here or here, you know, around those places. Or maybe here to defend around the HQ. Zielinskigr is going for those top captures here. Generally, there's a bit of chaos on those farther properties, where one player goes and takes them, then the other has some infantry coming in, sneak infantry coming to take those later, and Bluepancho goes for another tank, so he has 2 tanks now. And Zielinskigr is going for the double artillery. I think he was the player that really used a bunch of artillery on Stalingrad to do a lot of damage. The one artillery got like 20k damage in funds, I think, or more, really. Bluepancho now is capturing a bunch of stuff. The game right now doesn't have much action. Both players are just checking each other out to see what's going on. Bluepancho is moving his tank as well, moving his recon there where the Zielinskigr recon was before. His recon is really in the enemy territory now. If Bluepancho sees this recon, it's pretty dead. I don't know if you watched the replay. I can't remember if this infantry here was capturing, but probably. Now he gets trapped by the recon of Bluepancho. Really nice move, putting this recon on this woods here. I think Zielinskigr maybe didn't watch the replay actually. And he gets the first recon, so an early victory there for Bluepancho. He starts capturing here, really near the HQ of his enemy, so I think that's a bit of a bold move. Zielinskigr already has an infantry here on prepared. Bluepancho actually got an anti-air already. That's nice. And Zielinskigr now has a tank and both his artillery are really on the center, behind his infantry wall here, these little two guys, but there's that other one as well. Those infantry go for this trade here, but he doesn't quite get too much damage, even with the road bonus from Koal. And he goes for the battlecopter now. So it's good that Bluepancho has his anti-air. He's now moving with those infantry. He goes in with the tank on the infantry. He's capturing those other properties. He sees that Zielinskigr is capturing his gun tower now, finally. Bluepancho is trying to wreck you, to come back with this infantry, but I don't know if he'll be able to do this. The tank is going in, he gets double tank now. Zielinskigr finally captures the gun tower. Now he has the artillery in position on these boots, so that was his plan to defend around the HQ. He gets a nice trade on that tank, and another tank, or both tanks really damaged there. Zielinskigr really got a great trade there. He didn't even have the recon here to get vision, so that's just because of his infantry. I think Bluepancho was a bit reckless throwing in those tanks to kill the infantry. Bluepancho does have a capture lead right now though, and also a unit lead for now as well. The anti-air comes into, I don't know if I like the anti-air, showing the anti-air just to damage the artillery. Now Zielinskigr probably is gonna, those artillery are pretty hurt, but those tanks are gonna kill those other tanks and maybe his anti-air as well. But Bluepancho is going ham. He has 5 tanks coming behind those 2 that he just pretty much sacked here. Zielinskigr actually is not that behind in capture. He's only 1 property, I think, and he's gonna get a lot of stuff here now. The tank gets killed by the battlecopter actually, and the anti-air gets killed before he even sees the battlecopter, so that's pretty bad. He also kills that infantry that was here just trying to do damage, I think, on this artillery. Some other infantries are trading. Now Zielinskigr has a decent army lead. Let's see at the end of the turn if Bluepancho can at least get even. He starts capturing here and keeps capturing this one. The recon goes in to do some damage on the artillery there. I think he should be pulling back maybe here a little bit. He goes in with the tank, but this tank is gonna get shot by this artillery and the other tank, and this tank isn't even in position to attack yet. This infantry is trying to get repaired on the city, I think. He gets anti-air and a tank. But this battlecopter is unchecked now, it's gonna do a lot of damage, and those 2 tanks probably are gonna die very soon. This one for sure is dead. Next turn he even gets this infantry that was trying to capture here, really far away from his base. This tank almost dies actually, it's not quite dead yet. I really like the Koal pick. I think Ghost 7 was playing a lot of Koal and I started playing as well. I think he's pretty good. He's like Heather, but has some nice extra firepower bonus on roads, on maps with a lot of roads like this one. He can be pretty cool to play, pretty good. He does lots of damage and also has the superpower with 2 movement, which can be pretty game changing. Sometimes people forget about Ghost powers, I think, because a lot of people don't really use him that much. Bluepancho goes for the superpower. Oh, I was busy talking about Koal here. He one-shots, doesn't one-shot, but kills a battlecopter with 6 HP with a tank, so that's pretty crazy. That's something that only Flak can do, I think. And then Trail, the superpower of Koal. Oh my god, this is gonna be pretty bad for Bluepancho now. He starts capturing the port of Bluepancho. get some nice trades. This tank is dead. This tank is gonna take a lot of damage, especially with the road bonus here. You see a lot, almost all those fights are taking places on roads right now. So I think Koal is a pretty decent pick for this map on Tier 4, even though this map isn't on the Global League anymore for Fog. Now Bluepancho is trying to get this Koal tower from Zielinskigr. I guess he doesn't have that much stuff here because all the fighting is going on near Zielinskigr HQ, which I think Bluepancho is going a bit too hard here because it's really easier for Zielinskigr to reinforce like 2 turns while he takes 3 turns to get a tank on the front line, so Zielinskigr has a pretty big advantage on fighting right now, even though he's behind one property, so he has 1k less each turn. He goes for double tank before even finishing his turn. Maybe to not forget what he was trying to buy. I guess he doesn't see any battlecopters from Bluepancho. I think Bluepancho didn't even go for battlecopters early on the game against Kroner, I believe. But he did go for some on the center, on Vandalism, and that pretty much won him the game, so I don't know. But on this game he's only making tanks, and going hand on Zielinskigr. He doesn't get the capture here because Zielinskigr defends. And now they're pretty low on units. There's a lot of killing here going on. There's a lot of blood around the Zielinskigr HQ, around this Koal tower as well. The artillery here took a lot of damage. I actually don't know if the artillery got some nice trades there because Bluepancho was going so ahead to kill them. I'm not sure. I know that the battlecopters did a lot of damage early on because Bluepancho pretty much suicided his artillery anti-air to get some damage on the artillery, so that was problematic. I think Bluepancho gets this capture on the port, so now he's ahead again in income, only 1k. And he's a bit behind on army, but yeah, they're pretty much even right now. After Bluepancho buys, he's a bit ahead Zielinskigr. I think Zielinskigr still has some positional advantage here, defending because Bluepancho is going hard here on the side. And he also has a bit more army, I think, on value. But they are pretty even for now. I guess considering Zielinskigr is almost 1k and Bluepancho I think was 750. I didn't expect this game to be so even, especially when Zielinskigr was smashing everyone on the other players in the group. So this infantry doesn't get the tank, the 1 HP tank here, and he has to use the tank. And now he uses the anti-air to kill some infantry, goes for the power, gets some nice damage on this artillery, one-shots this tank on the road. That was a really nice roll. I think Bluepancho is really getting lucky with some of his rolls. And I mean, he's playing well, he's using the Flak pick really well, going for those gambles, and they are paying off for the most part. Now Zielinskigr gets the superpower, the Trail of Woe. I really like the superpower. He comes in with the tank from here to attack this one. He's probably gonna kill this. Okay, 1 HP on this anti-air. Now he's coming in with the battlecopter. With another battlecopter, he already has one here. And Bluepancho keeps on fighting on this position. I don't understand. They could be taking those properties right here. There's one property that no one got the entire game, I think. I don't know if they tried. I can remember if they were trying to capture that. But Bluepancho keeps this 1k advantage for now. But right now Zielinskigr has some army value, but I think once Bluepancho's by, I mean, they still even, somehow, even though there's a lot of fighting here, I guess this is Bluepancho's strong side, so maybe this is why he can keep the aggression. But it's really tough fighting near your opponent's HQ here, even though this map allows for some crazy HQ rushes, because as I said, this is the strong side for the purple player in this case. Zielinskigr gets the battle copter. Now I think Bluepancho is losing quite some stuff. Zielinskigr finally gets a nice position for this artillery and gets some vehicles to defend this artillery safely. On the beginning he had those two artillery, but he only had infantry, and Bluepancho had the recon and the anti-air to kill the infantry and get to the artillery. Right now Bluepancho is kind of behind on army. He really lost a bunch of units. He only has 11 now. But he gets the power and gets some nice rolls here, I think. But he ends up resigning because, I mean, he has 11 units. This was a pretty bloody game. Bluepancho really went hard here and he wasn't letting on. And Zielinskigr also defended well. I don't know if this artillery on the beginning was too effective, but at least it baited Bluepancho to fight here a lot. And by the end of the day, Zielinskigr got the advantage. I think the Koal pick was nice because he had the extra movement to come in and punish Bluepancho overextension on this side, and he also, most of the engagements were taking place on this road, so he got a lot of firepower bonus as well. So that's it. Zielinskigr is moving on as the first place, as he won all the games. And Bluepancho has one win, and I believe Burley has one win as well. So let's see, or maybe Kroner. I can't remember, but whatever. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a like and subscribe, and I see you guys on the next video.